How's it going, everyone? College Lefty, and in this video I'm going to be going over the brand new 96 overall Ken Griffey Jr. that was featured in as the set 22 headliner card. I'm also going to be trying out the SUPERFRACTORED version of Chipper Jones, making his debut in ranked seasons. We're going to get right into it. This 96 overall Ken Griffey Jr. card is pretty solid. It's from 1993, so it won't be the best version of Ken Griffey that we'll see, but it is a second half version, and it is a solid overall. You should be able to parallel him up to a 99, but he does have a slightly different stance and swing animation than his 42 card series Ken Griffey Jr. Diamond card. And we'll take a look at this. We'll break it down a little bit. He has like no movement on his batting stance. This is the 42 card series. You can clearly see the different movement. It's easier to time this type of swing. And I'll probably try out the 96 overall Ken Griffey Jr., but I think his price is a little bit too high right now. I think he's overpriced. I think because it is Ken Griffey, everybody wants to get him, but I don't think he'll be as good because he has the different swing. But anyway, we're going to go ahead and get into some gameplay. Let me know if you've tried out the 96 overall Griffey. I was wondering when we were going to actually get the 96 Griffey or a 95 or maybe a 95 or 6 Frank Thomas, because those were really the only two 42 card series players that didn't have an additional diamond as of right now. So I'm sure Frank Thomas is right around the corner. He might actually be in the next headliner. I wasn't sure if we would get a player of that caliber featured in the headliner, but I don't know. I think the content's been incredible this year. Can't complain there. Honestly, that card should be pretty good, even though he has a different swing. I just don't think he will be as good as he could have potentially been with his other swing. But they made it realistic. That's what it's all about. And we also have a lot of content coming into the game pretty soon here. So I'm excited for everything regarding MLB The Show. If you haven't checked out my previous videos, definitely do so. I'm kind of predicting some of the Stage 3 Team Affinity cards. A lot of people have been asking me about roster predictions and roster updates. I'm not currently investing in any players, but I am waiting for the Player of the Month program, because I think we're going to get a stub sale once this pack sale's over with. Once some of this content comes out within Stage 3, I think we're going to get a second part to the Mariano Rivera collection. You're going to need a lot of these legends and flashbacks. I think we're going to get a stub sale to go along with it. And I plan on flipping or locking in some of those cards that I have saved up. Maybe some Topps Now players, maybe some live series players that people are looking to exchange with Team Affinity Stage 3. I'm looking for a few different things. I'm kind of investing in different ways other than the roster update. But I have a lot of my stubs kind of locked into legends and flashback players that I think we're going to need. Just kind of want to throw some of that out there. But this is actually the very first at bat for Jason Dominguez in ranked seasons. I've yet to use that card. This is Hall of Fame difficulty, and he hits a home run in his very first at bat. That's exactly what I'm looking for. Turns the lineup over. Mike Trout is absolutely insane in this game. He is easily the best card. We also have SUPERFRACTORED Chipper Jones making his debut. First time trying this card out. Was able to parallel him up during the event. And I kind of like that switch hitting event. Even though it's at Polo Grounds, I still have to say that overall, I think it's a good event. The rewards are good. It's pretty fun to play, even though, you know, sometimes you're hitting perfects right to people, like we saw in this video. But this time, I was waiting for that sinker up and away. I was talking about that during the live stream. I'm sitting inside, but I'm looking for that pitch up and away if the opponent is starting to throw it. And there he went to it. We hit a home run. He ended up quitting out. We parallel Vita Blue as well, but his energy level is not good because the opponent just quit. He threw a couple innings, and now he has to wait a couple games in order to pitch again. So there is a few problems with the stamina regeneration, but that's why I think the Unbreakable quirk is so effective, because it does help you regain stamina a little bit faster. Players like Fergie Jenkins, Greg Maddux, Bob Gibson, guys like that, they have that 95 overall durability threshold, and that certainly helps. Anyway, to get back on track with the gameplay, we have won a couple of games of ranked seasons in this video so far. We've gotten two people to, I guess, turn off their PlayStation or lose connection somehow. We got the win for both of them. The thing that I've been having the most trouble with is the blue screen error message. As you may have known, if you've watched my videos, then you're probably sick of me saying that, but it's happened the entire year, and people are still, people are brand new to the channel. They have no idea why the game will randomly just cut out in the middle of it. It's because my game will just crash in like the 7th inning or later, and I end up getting the loss regardless of the score. But nonetheless, these games have been pretty great, and I've been having a lot of fun. I've just been giving away a lot of rating points and giving away a lot of wins in that sense. But here we're playing against a pretty good opponent. We have a 4-run lead here. ALFONSO Soriano hits a 3-run shot. That probably is enough to get him paralleled up to that 5th tier. I'm pretty close with a couple people, actually. David Ortiz is fairly close to the 5th parallel, as well as Jorge Posada. I moved Jorge Posada to the bench because I have Jason Dominguez in center field. He already hit a home run. He's been making the plays out there in center. I like Jorge Posada, of course. He's really good, but his speed kind of throws me off and kind of clogs up the lineup a little bit. I like to be able to steal bases. I like to be able to have some speed on the base pass in general to, make sure that I'm aggressive. And I'm able to score a lot more runs that way. So I put the creative player behind the plate. He has 95 speed as a catcher. I don't think that's really fair, but it's also unmatched, as to no one else will ever have that. So it's kind of an interesting situation. Anyway, that's what we're going with on defense. I'm close to paralleling Trevor Story up to the 3rd tier. Mike Trout is already maxed out. He's going to go ahead and smack a home run on a slider. 93-mile-per-hour slider there. I was late on it. Zach Wheeler is tough to hit at times, but in this one, we were able to hit him pretty well. This is the parallel for Zach Wheeler. This card is pretty effective. I could tell this guy was using him a lot. He knew what to, he knew what to throw with them. He knew how to effectively throw pitches that looked like strikes that were ended up balls. Right there, we get rewarded on a late base hit. But he was tunneling pitches very well, and that's kind of what I mean by that, right? Setting up pitches with other pitches, making them look like strikes when they're not. And I was basically chasing just about every low pitch in the zone throughout this game. And that is usually when I'm having a tougher time at the plate. But so far in this video, I haven't really been struggling that much on offense. It's just a matter of hitting with guys on base and guys in scoring position. Hitting when I have opportunities to break the game open, so that way I can earn enough runs to get the mercy rule, right? I mean, I've been able to consistently score 5 to 6 runs, but that's not enough. I need 10 to 11 runs, especially if I'm giving up a few. We have to score like 13 or 14 runs every single time on Hall of Fame. Now, that sounds pretty difficult. It is challenging, but I like the challenge. It is kind of fun for me to go into a game knowing like, all right, I'm winning 5 to 3, but at any time, I could actually lose this game. So I have to score 8 runs right here. I really do. I have to score enough to have 13, whatever the score is at the time, because more than likely I'm giving up a few. I'm definitely going to throw, a couple bad pitches throughout the game, but Paulo Sanchez goes deep. Here we have Mike Trout once again. This pitch is a cutter, low and away, and I was able to hit this pitch really well today during the live stream. I was able to hit the cutter or the slider low and away, even a few times where I hit it to the wall. But I wasn't able to score that run, and that was big because we ended up losing that game to the blue screen error, but that's all good. I'm College Lefty. I'll see you in the next one. Let me know what you think about 96 overall Ken Griffey Jr. Peace out.